is Jody Boots at Astro Podcasts. How is everyone doing? This is my weekly astrology report. This is my new Cloud9 Studios, which is the cage of my pool. My pool right now is filtering out some cold water since I have a solar thing that heats up water. So my pool would never get below 80, which is what I'm so grateful for. And today, as you know, is November 1st. It is the new moon in Scorpio. And here we are. How are you guys feeling today? So, let's deep dive into this week of November 1st to November 8th. And it is a doozy with the U.S. election starting on Tuesday, the 5th. Early voting has started, has begun. We are dealing with some serious anger issues here with Mars coming in here. See, the clouds are blowing everywhere. I just want you to understand that I'm feeling a little off. I think if I'm feeling off, most people are. I'm very sensitive, but this is a situation where the collective will be feeling it collectively. And everyone's in a short mood. Everyone wants what they want to say to be heard. It's like we're all a bunch of kids wanting mom and dad to acknowledge us, wanting people to acknowledge our pain, what we've gone through these past decades, how we've dealt with things, and everyone's in the same boat. Everyone wants attention right now, right? And some people are getting that attention they want, whether it's negative or positive, they're getting it. I'm very happy that I moved here. I'm not happy about the vibes. There's a lot of angry people here. And I can find the good, nice people, I have. But overall, collectively, when you're out in the world, I don't care where you are right now, getting the vibes of chaos, and that is what I see happening. And today, with the new moon in Scorpio, which is the moon meeting up with the sun, the father and the mother meeting up together. As the mother, Mars in Cancer, 29 degrees, and the father at 29 degrees of Capricorn, Pluto. We are in this situation, mom, dad, feminine, masculine. We need each other, but we seem to want to really bash at each other. I know sometimes it's difficult to rein in your emotions and things that you're feeling. I know for me it's difficult. I understand it. It's been this way my whole life. It took me a long time to realize I had a Pisces moon. But really, what's going on with the new moon? It's a chance for us to grow up, realize that whatever you're feeling or have been feeling is now at the surface during Scorpio season, and it wants to come out. It wants to be nurtured. It wants to be cradled. It wants to be loved. And that's what we're talking about this week, is the cradle of life. And what is the cradle? The cradle of life is about positivity and the fact that the cosmic energy is supporting us. And really, the Mars opposite Capricorn, Pluto, doesn't even happen till the 3rd. So the first today, the new moon, is interacting with so many planets, and one of them is Saturn in Neptune, in Pisces, I mean. So Saturn in Pisces has been there trying to help us dream and have the dreams become solid in some way. And Saturn will be here until next year. And so will Neptune. They'll be both moving around the same time into their next perspective area, which is Aries. So Saturn and Neptune will be moving to Aries together. But for now, Saturn is shooting across over to the moon, the new moon, and the sun in Scorpio to help support what we're feeling and understanding how to move through that process in a substantial way with Saturn's support. Now, Saturn is the father, the leader of the patriarchy, the leader of what we've known so far in the world is Saturn rule. Whereas Pisces, or Cancer more like it, Cancer, the opposite of Capricorn, where Saturn rules, is the mother, the moon. So the moon being opposite of Pluto in a couple of days on the 3rd will really, really begin to shake us up emotionally and realize, oh my God, we have to get rid of some stuff. Oh my God, I can't believe I've been holding on to this forever, because it's going to be evident on the 3rd when it happens. But today, on the 1st, the new moon is really preparing us, helping us to feel at ease with changes, helping us to really institute those changes and those new ideas we want. But because Saturn is involved, Saturn is karmic. So with Saturn here, we really have no choice but to deal with the bull that we've been doing to others and to ourselves. Today is a day of recollection in terms of, hey, this new moon, I want to move forward, but Saturn wants to support me. But Saturn is also saying, hey, you know, I met up with Pluto, and I know Pluto doesn't mess around. So if you think you're going to get through Sunday without taking a look at what you're doing to other people and to yourself, it's not going to happen for you. So Saturn is just here like a father saying, you know, if you didn't drive over the speed limit, you wouldn't get that ticket. If you were in such a hurry, you should have left earlier. And that's what Saturn is saying. That's the cradle of love from Saturn right there. Okay? And the other cradle that's happening is in the Earth sign. So what's in Earth sign right now? Capricorn has Pluto there in the Earth sign at 29 degrees, which will be opposite of Mars in Cancer on the 3rd. Okay, so this new moon is being supported because they're already feeling this tension, this power, this oh my God, this dynamic tension. We can't even know why my brain hurts, why I have a headache. Oh my God, and what else? Oh, Uranus is in Taurus. And Taurus is an earth sign that is about values, about food, about our earth, about our land, about our yard, about what we care about on the earthly plane. And a lot of it has to do with money. So Uranus is going through Taurus trying to change that up for us and say, hey, care more about the earth than you do about money. Money is great, but without the earth, you can't even exist. There is no money. It doesn't matter how much money you have, but there's no earth. So Uranus will be waking up in Taurus on Thursday, January 30th, 2025. But the big thing is happening is that the new moon, you're going to feel it for 2 weeks because new moons lead up to full moons, right? So this isn't just a one-day thing. And so as we're feeling this and the moon shifts along into Sagittarius in a few days, it still will be getting support. And one of the big support that we're talking about again is that Pluto in Capricorn is going to help us. Chiron is in Aries retrograde, and it wakes up on December 29th, 2024. And Chiron is the doctor, the self-doctor, the healer, the one that wants to help you get past your pain. It is a comet. It is very prominent in our birth charts. So where your Chiron is can also help explain how you may be feeling. Chiron right now being in Aries is really talking about personal power and being strong and knowing who you are and to lead with that. So basically on the 3rd, when the exact thing happens between Pluto and Mars, is when we're really going to feel it the most on the 3rd, this Sunday. So the new moon today is helping us get going, but the 3rd is when we're going to really need that support. when Mars is opposite of Pluto at the very final degrees of Cancer for Mars and the final degrees of Pluto for Capricorn. So, as that occurs on the 3rd, on the 4th, Mars will be shifting into Leo for 6 degrees through this month before it retrogrades in December and heads back. So Mars is traveling very slowly right now. So again, lack of energy, lack of enthusiasm. But because we don't have a lot of energy, a lot of things bother us right now, especially when it's in Cancer. A very emotional sign, very sensitive sign, a sign that goes into the shell when it's hurt and remains there until it comes back out again. So Mars right now is feeling a lot of pain, a lot of, passive aggressiveness. And then Pluto in Capricorn is kind of feeling the same way. Saying like, well, I've been here for a while, I've been trying to change, but it's slow going in Capricorn. Because again, Saturn is the father of time that rules Capricorn. When Mercury shifts into Sagittarius, out of Scorpio, our minds will start to be clearer. We'll start to see things better. We'll see the light because Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign. We'll see the light. We'll want to communicate. We'll try to figure things out because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is about education, about being fair. But again, Jupiter can go overboard, especially with Jupiter and Gemini, the sign of communication. So we're going to be very talkative, blah, 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 because Jupiter's Gemini and mixed with Sagittarius, they're opposite of each other. So we're going to deal with another opposition here that's supporting our transition in our minds, in our way we communicate, the way we go about our daily life, because Mercury deals and rules over our daily lives. So there's a lot of things to think about, and it's really hard to unbox it all in one podcast. Last week I put out another little thing just to let you know what's going on, but it's really difficult to open up this Pandora's box and understand what's happening because everything from the past 250 years to 1,000 years to millennia is happening here all at the dump site of 29 degrees. So that's where we're at, okay? So if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. If you'd like to have a reading, please DM me. I would love to do that for you, to look at your chart, your cards, and see how you're dealing with this and what's going on for you personally in your houses, your rising sign, your moon, your sun. I'm available for readings starting next week. And an hour reading will cost $250. If you want a half-hour reading, it's $100. I'm willing to take clients right now. I have a little bit of time. I can't guarantee I'll have time next month or the month after, but I do have time this month to help you if you need some help during this very difficult transition. So the overall message of this week is to face your demons, look for the good, and understand the planets, again, are merely a guide. It doesn't determine what's going to happen, just like the election. It doesn't happen unless you vote. The same with the planets. They can give you help. They can show you the bigger picture. That is where a lot of the anger is coming from in the universe, is that there's things happening that's leveling up our bodies, our minds, all these solar flares, why you can see the northern lights, like all the way down to Florida last time that happened, is because the solar flares are so prominent right now. They're coming into our bodies and they're changing us from a carbon-based person to a light person, changing our carbon makeup. Our very foundations of who we are changing in the next 100 years. Our bodies now aren't the same as they were 100 years ago. Our brains could not imagine what we're thinking now 100 years ago, and the same will happen 100 years from now. Right now, Mercury and Scorpio getting ready to shift into Sagittarius the same day, as around the same time as the Sun gets ready to move in Sagittarius. We cannot handle collectively Mercury in Scorpio and everything that it's trying to download into our being. The knowledge of Pluto is so deep, so powerful, it scares us. It's in the dark. It's not able to function in our brain properly. So we're dealing with this situation. We wake up, we're confused. Things people say confuse us. We are easily led to believe things because we can't process the information correctly. And so we are doing everything we can to make sense of it all. But in change and growth comes pain, growing pains. And the Cradle of Life is here to support us, again, with the water signs and the earth signs. So really lean into that, and I will be back next week to discuss more cosmic energy that's coming in to really wake us up. And hopefully you're aware and you're being mindful of your words, your actions, the way you treat others. Because right now, the way you treat others has karmic implications. And not all of those implications are good for a lot of people. So I understand karma. I understand that karma isn't from past lives, it's from this life. And how you choose to act in this life that you've chosen to come back to change your soul, who your soul is, the soul of your pain, why it's back here. So if you can understand yourself and really look deeply into who you are, the message is always the same. Be good, do good. Don't react, stay calm. But again, the karma at this time period is gazillion times more powerful than any karma you've ever faced. So whatever you think you're doing, whatever your intentions are, make sure that they're not selfish for you and your family. Make sure you're not just thinking about only yourself and your family. Make sure you're thinking about the whole family on earth, all of us, because we're all interconnected. This is a collective time, individually and collectively. And again, I will be back next week. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Thank you for following me. I'm starting to get my studio ready where I can come out here and talk. It's not so hot. I'm trying to find the perfect time to come out here, and where the sun's perfect. So here we are. Okay, thank you again, and I really do appreciate you for being here. God bless you, and really, really take it easy this week, especially on the 3rd.